That's a segment that's coming back to the podcast. Yeah, we're gonna start getting some Red Dead stories again.
Yeah,
the people
maybe.
are
I don't know if they're
clamoring.
gonna be any good because it's not the Cougar Ranch stories anymore.
Oh, buddy, you know how many like letters in the mail I get? What's happening with Derek's like Red Dead? Come on. I have Kayla's
Do you write
fielding
them to
them.
yourself?
Oh God, yeah. My mailbox is full, buddy.
Jumps down and slides down the hill. I see shots going above his head.
So she's like, oh, great, on her one day off, you're trying to romance this Pan Am chick. I'm like, honey, it's V, it's not me. Come on.
Brought back some old Catholic school memories, did it?
Oh, man, yeah, you just... Okay, you know the DMV sloth?
I know you're going with this.
Yeah, this guy.
You're listening to On the Rewind.
On the Rewind. Alright, fuck it, you got the time sync anyway.
Yeah.
Welcome to On the Rewind, a bi-weekly Neon Blinds media production where nerds, geeks collide on the latest and nostalgic topics, airing on Amherst Island Radio 101.3 FM. Make sure you turn into our longer run of the show on your podcatcher of choice. Probably gonna be a shorter one today. We been busy with new jobs, new work. Adam will happily tell you about his there, but we'll see what you got for us first. What do you got for us on the Rewind, Adam?
Yeah, so just rewinding the past a little bit. Sorry, we missed actually our last recording because if you lived anywhere in southern Ontario, you were sick that week. It seems like it went through both Derek and I's workplaces. It went through every household I know of. Yeah, so there was no chance in hell that I was recording, but yeah, so sorry about that. But then to rewind, like Derek said, Derek and I kind of moved up in the world. We've got brand new spanking jobs, looking pretty nice. Pretty much where we want to be. Moving on up to the big city.
I'm more of a lateral movement, but you've moved up. I'm proud of you. Happy for you.
Yeah. Well, no, you got out of a bad situation, so I count that as a move up.
Ironically, the buyout from the other company is starting to hire old workers back, so I don't know if I shot myself in the foot there.
Yeah.
But also, the benefits at the new job are out of this world compared to anything else I've ever seen. So
yeah, I was talking to some of your old coworkers, and they said that that's the place to be. Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Yeah. Sorry, I was trying to throw you in there, but it got me thinking about that stuff.
Yeah, no, I just want to say, yeah, we both kind of got new jobs respectively. I am back in the media realm of things, which is so awesome. It's actually kind of exactly what I always wanted, and it's such a foreign thing in film that I have a 9-to-5 film job, which like the unions were almost tearing apart at the seams because 9-to-5 wasn't really a thing for unions or for film. So got really lucky there. Your boy got a desk, and your boy put a death claw and a little Scooby-Doo van mystery machine on that thing immediately. Also, I have a sitting and standing desk, which is odd. It's very odd for me. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is just for context for people besides Derek, my podcast recording thing is actually a standing desk sort of situation, and it's like an hour every 2 weeks. This is pretty much the most I've had standing desks, and I always used to hate this because I was on my feet all day, and I'm like, now I actually don't mind it because I need to stand up more because I'm editing all day and all that. But no, it's been crazy. It's been super hectic. Can't really go into details of where I work, but all I can say is my new title is creative producer, producing a bunch of media content and all that, which is great. It's hectic to do, but it's fun to do at the same time. Only thing better would never mind. But yeah, great to do. Join it. And yeah, it's funny. The only thing I really want to say is it came with a desk. That to me, the That's the it's one of those things that's like that's the only thing that I find super cool is I've never had a job that I got a desk at. So
Yeah. Well,
I'm
before you
excited.
were like when we first got back in touch, you were doing film projects. You were going out shooting.
Yeah.
You were, and that was part of the process. And then you were also working gas stations, and we got to enjoy some stories
Yeah.
from that. But now, and then you started working as kind of in a warehouse sense and shipping and receiving
Picking,
on kind
yeah.
of like consumer goods and stuff like that. Like not quite to intensity of like Amazon, but kind of like mom and pop shop level, but successful extremely.
Yeah,
So to where it kind
yeah.
of bordered it.
Multi-million
But
dollar, yeah.
yeah, but it was still small in roots.
Oh yeah. Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah.
so that's what I'm just trying to get to. But you've managed to um kind of get rebound off of that back into like the creative structure, which I'm just gonna say, hey, I think a little bit of our show has kept your editing skills from getting a little too rusty.
It
So-
has. Oh, it actually has. No, yeah. Thank God, because yeah, I'm editing for like God 4 hours a day now, and it's like now I'm really on top of it. It actually kind of it's
yeah,
funny. It made me want to go back and revise the it's so funny to even say this. This is such a behind the scenes thing for I think even Derek. Um the thing that this show is edited on is called episode 2 cuz I made it on episode 2 and it is a file that is years old now at this point that I just drag and drop stuff into and like it's been tweaked over the years that like the file is the track is perfectly set to Derek's voice and it is perfectly set to my voice and has not been touched since. It's one of those things that like the intros, the mid roll and like the end credits are like just floating there and they just get clipped into place and then exported. But yeah, it's one of those things that like I've been thinking actually lately that I want to revise that now and just like put in some fun stuff. And also the job paid for 20,000 assets for editing, including royalty-free sound effects.
Okay.
So this is like the 30 seconds of just ping pong. Yeah, no, I won't go too hard on it, people, but could bring this level down just a bit. Yeah, I won't go too hard into it, but I'm just saying there are some stuff that I've been told I can use, and your boy's gonna use them.
Oh hell yeah.
Oh yeah. So yeah. Honestly, besides that, which has taken
If
up
you're
a
able
lot
to
of
use
time.
that for personal use, I know your hands are full now, but once you have that to a process, you ever thought about like posting like listings as an editor for like stepping away from like the film crew aspect and just becoming like, hey, you send me the footage and edit it down?
Yeah. Actually, I've debated that for actually before this, like for years. Because, like Fiverr, stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's,
like
that's
this.
where like my voice acting stuff is on, and I've gotten like 1 gig for an obscure mod that didn't even release.
Yeah. Yeah, there's stuff like that every once in a while I thought about it. It's pretty oversaturated, but like, it's funny too, because like my skills where they were like 2 weeks ago, if I had someone actually paid me for that, I would have felt awful. But yeah, every once in a while I think about doing that, and then like they're talking about getting some staff under me to. That's the best way I could have worded that. I think I don't know, getting an assistant and stuff like that. So I don't know. Yeah. So yeah, like that's kind of
I'm cheap. I'm only $25 an hour.
So that's kind of like, I think it's gonna be taking up a lot of my time. I wouldn't mind doing that though, just for variety, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like every once in a while, like that's why I like doing this. It's like, yeah, it gets me not talking about the content that I have to always talk about and always edit and look at, and I also edit one dude. He's in multiple segments, and he's a great guy. I am so sick and tired of hearing his voice. I'll strangle him some days, but excuse me,
Hire
yeah.
me as an actor. I'll be your hand model.
Yeah.
To display items. I'll even bring my own black gloves.
Yeah. Best part is too, I do rundowns too, so you could do it. Like you just need to read to their every shot that you see, because Derek saw some of the work. That shot you see, there's like a paper just off screen of everything, and it's in type 30 font, so you can see it real quick. Pricing, all that sort of stuff. So yeah. Yeah, so anyone really could be just dragged and dropped into it. It's just this guy, for some reason, was the guy and has gone through. He's really, like I said, great guy. He's good at it. It's one of those things to just, after hearing a dude's voice over and over and over again, you're like, oh,
Hey, I'll change it up for you when you get like a cigar that's like from like Texas.
yeah,
Bring
you
the
do.
cowboy back.
Yeah, Derek, I feel like you're just doing cowboy all the time now.
hey, calling me out, but no.
Yeah.
I mean, if you get one from Ireland, I can go a little bit and throw a nut there.
Yeah.
But, like I can expand.
Yeah.
I got a handful of accents. If actually, wait, I'd have to look into it. But you know, like the old like Mickey Mouse, Sambo Willie, or
Oh,
whatever
yeah.
it is, yeah. If I know he's just a whistle, but if like the copy or the licensing is opened up enough to where you can do like a Mickey Mouse impression.
Oh, you know what? Okay. Oh,
Because I can do Mickey, I can do Goofy.
yeah. You know what's funny is a brand of what we sell actually used the Steamboat Willie on a packaging. I just realized that they didn't have to pay for that. It's like the coolest pack, and I was like, how did this company get a hold of that for products?
The copyright on it, because the person that originally created it passed away, and it's been long enough, and Disney hasn't done anything with the property technically, because Willie and Mickey Mouse, though in likeness, are not considered the same copyright.
Yeah.
So it has now gone under free domain. It's like how like Winnie the Pooh went under free domain, and then someone came up with that horror movie,
Blood and Honey. I love it. That's so cool. And speaking of free domains, I guess I'm trying really hard to switch this over into mods and Fallout London. That's my segue. So you find this.
You should have used the brand from like one of the smokes from like the Fallout mod.
Oh my god, yeah. Yeah.
That's a missed opportunity.
Yeah, oh god, yeah, that would be perfect. So the nice viewers at home didn't witness my freak out. Well, Derek didn't either. He just witnessed the aftermath of me just being done with the game. So pretty much just for everyone, I started playing Fallout London, absolutely loved it, got addicted to cigarettes immediately, had an English bulldog, looked like a Peaky Blinder. I was having the time of my life doing one of the main quests, and it kept crashing and like kept just for people who don't know, the Thames, which is a river, the river in London, which is funny because it's super polluted now. Well, in the apocalypse, it's ultra polluted. You can like touch this water maybe a maximum of like 3 Mississippis in the game before you're dead from rads. So yeah, so pretty much in this, you're on a boat, the boat glitches out and you fall underneath the boat into rads and you died, and every single time you died. And it'd been a while since I actually played Fallout 4 at all. I was so used to Fallout 76 and being like, great, this is all I can do. I'm done for. I deleted the game, deleted the if you remember our last episode, the painstakingly built old gen Fallout. And I was like, cool, done with it. Went and had dinner with Derek, told him done with it, don't want this anymore. And then I was just pissed off on the couch with no games to play, and I googled like people are having this problem too, so I want to have like the satisfaction that other people are angry. And they go, yeah, just turn on God mode. And it's like a 3-second bug that's dealt with and you're fine. So then I said, well, screw that. And then at like 2 a.m., I rebuilt the old gen Fallout 4, and then I installed Fallout London. I've been playing it ever since. After that point, it's fine. Like, there's some bugs. It's a mod, but like there's nothing game breaking like that. I will say it's kind of annoying. Some merchants don't sell stuff, and I hate that. Where like you'll like open it, it's like, hey, what do you have? And their inventory is empty. It's like, damn it. Besides that, loving it. Still addicted to darts. Well, actually, you know what? No, I'm not, because I was very low on health. It's a very difficult game, and the only health item I had was 16 different flavors of dog food. So I just sat there like a madman eating can after can of dog food in a gunfight, and I realized you can get addicted to it. If you eat the same amount of food, you can just get addicted to that food. And you just, you crave that food. And it took off 2 agility points. And it's like, that's a lot for my character. My character's a gun wielding, revolver spinning type character. Pretty much like my actual Fallout 76 character.
Blinder.
Yeah. It's kind of sick. I actually have a Balsan knife too. And then I
Do
have
you have the
revolver.
Webley or?
Webley.
That's the revolver that the Peakies use.
Yeah, no, unfortunately. I just have it's technically a revolver, but it looks like almost like a new age revolver.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's called the Ferryman's Friend. Pretty nice. It's pretty much a starter pistol, like a starter game pistol. Still not too bad. I upgrade the receiver on it. Having pretty good luck with it. Like I said, the game is excruciatingly hard. Yeah. But if you use like VATS and you get headshots and you're good, it's not awful. It's still one of those games that like if you see a group of raiders down there, you go the opposite way. Like you still have to be kind of smart with everything. You're not like just god tier everything. But yeah, and it's funny. I use the dog is not dog meat anymore. He's called Churchill, and like he finds enemies and stuff like that. And I actually use him a lot for that because he'll see enemies like through walls. Obviously, like he sniffs them, and it's like, yeah, I've used that dog so many times to like avoid enemies, and it's such a cool role playing aspect in my own head that I absolutely love.
Can I swing off that?
Of course.
So speaking of role playing, I think you caught a glimpse on your Steam's friends list of what I've been up to.
Okay, well, let's see if there's Western sound effects.
We're out again. Alright. But nah, it's just been I kind of crave that like this Red Dead hunting thing. Yeah. But you know me, I'm a social person.
Oh yeah. Oh god, yeah.
And so it's a nice mix of just like not doing anything too serious, talking to the folk, help the odd person out. Got taken hostage for a bank robbery.
That is so great. Yeah. God, I love it. All right, so
like
is that segment?
A deer.
That's a segment that's coming back to the podcast. Yeah, we're gonna start getting some Red Dead stories again.
Yeah,
the people
maybe.
are clamoring.
I don't know if they're gonna be any good because it's not the Cougar Ranch stories anymore.
Oh, buddy, you know how many like letters in the mail I get? What's happening with Derek's like Red Dead? Come on, I have Kayla's
Do you write
fielding
them to yourself?
Oh God, yeah. My mailbox is full, buddy. I had to like make space in the Google Drive. It's too much.
By the way, we might have to look at that at some point. But anyway.
Yeah, it's fine. I just use my personal one.
Yeah. Well, it's got my personal one linked to it somehow. Like all the files I upload, I think it's storing on that too. So it's just.
Yeah, I actually did. This is once again behind the scenes stuff. Yeah, I had to like clear out quite a bit. It's not anything that we use anymore, but yeah. Anyways, so yeah, Red Dead.
Yeah, so like I loaded up the old, not the original server that everything happened on, but the one I went to and I became the Undertaker on.
Yeah.
And booted that one back up. My horse was dead. Had no job. The only thing I had on me was my rifle and my knife, and my Schofield revolver. And I'm like, all right, let's try this again.
That's so funny. Be funny if they were rusted too.
I had gun oil on me, so I was able to maintain them. But
yeah.
So I go around. I start, doing the hunting thing, everything else like that. Start running into people, seeing all the things they've modded new stuff into the server.
That would be cool.
Like a lot of new stuff, and I'm like to the point where it's like, oh, are you new? It's like, and I just been telling people, it's like, nah, I hit my head a while back. What day is it?
Oh, that's
like, I'll give them their account of all the memories up until I stopped playing.
Yeah,
and then I just, because like I didn't remember that I stopped in Armadillo where I was set up in Rhodes, which is practically across the map. Right?
Yeah.
And so I wake up there, my outfit glitched, so I'm half naked. And so I just start walking up to people before I reloaded the outfit. It's like, have you seen my hat? What day is it? Just playing off like I hit my head. And like, what happens? Like, I was riding my horse, and then all of a sudden I wake up and here I am. I got a lump on my head, and the horse is nowhere to be found.
I love it.
And then I find this one person that it's like, oh, you had a head injury. Oh, that's so unfortunate. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, do I know you? And then it just led to like me gold panning with this one stranger that they promised to get me money, and it like 2 days in a row I did not get paid helping this person out making money.
That's
and by like day 3 I'm like, where's my goddamn money?
Yeah, how funny it would be if they were like, oh, your head injury, I paid you, buddy.
Yeah.
God, I love that.
Yeah. But yeah, and then that person's like, oh, well, there's these people that I work for that I can get you in touch with. And it's like, they call themselves the Elves. And there's this guy, Butch, and they all dress in red. And he's got like a whole Santa thing going on.
Yeah.
And they just go around mining and selling to like the blacksmiths and everything else like that. The little elves doing the grind and the work.
See, yeah, this is already amazing. Yeah. I love it. Oh, it's user made. I love it.
I run into like one familiar face, and I'm like, oh, hey, how are you? And then all of a sudden, I go around the corner and to go like sell some stuff to the butcher, and I come back just to see them get hogtied and dragged away for a robbery. And I'm just kind of like, all right. And then I just go and take I opened up my inventory, took a drink from the flask and started walking the other way.
Oh, I love it.
And
it's so cool that it's like user made. So like this is all like stuff happening in like technically the real virtual world. Like it's not all
player economy.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah, they added I guess the people that aren't good at role playing keep calling them dailies, but they have locals now that hand out odd jobs like, hey, go chop down some trees, I'll pay you this X amount for this many logs, or like hey, I need you to mine this specific ore, can you drop that off? So you can either sell to the player economy or you can take up a task and get paid decently.
Yeah, for a quick return.
All right, instead of trying to track down a way to make money, it's like, all right, there's this thing here. All I need is an axe. Okay, cool. That's $10.
Yeah.
out of the 125 that you start with. Go do this task. Okay, I got paid 21. It's paid for the X.
Okay.
And then like, and mind you, so the economy is, so that's like that one job of like chopping down trees for like 20 minutes, half an hour of your time, paid you $21. A bolt action rifle costs about 80.
That seems all right, actually.
Yeah. And then a basic horse from a player person costs you about $50, like a saddler or a walker, stuff like that. So the economy's not too bad. But when you start getting into the modded guns, the guns they modded in,
Yeah.
those ones are sitting around like 400. But by the time you're doing that stuff, you have like a wagon, you're doing a hunt trip, you fill up the wagon entirely,
Yeah.
you sell off that whole wagon, you just made $300.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it feels balanced in a way where
Yeah.
it's like a good day's work, and yeah, you're.
And then you get to a point where you're running a business. Not that I want to get to that point ever again. I'm just doing this as a casual kind of like hunt, interact with people, maybe pick up a job at a saloon to interact with people and
yeah.
whatnot. And then, yeah. But, so the economy's nicely kind of balanced that way on this server. Things were a lot more expensive when I started,
Yeah.
but because it's been around, people are established, they don't need to pay off the business. Because what a lot of how businesses start, it's like, okay, the business is valued at 20 grand because you can essentially earn that in about 3 months running the business, allegedly,
Yeah.
right? If you're committed now, and make some money on yourself and keep yourself afloat and everything else like that. So when you have that paid off, because you only, like, let's say the business is worth 20 grand and you put down 3
Yeah.
that you've done the grind, right? And so you use that business to pay the rest off. Once that's paid off, you're not paying any fees for having that business or anything like that. You're established.
Oh, that's nice.
You're a name,
Yeah.
essentially, that the server's gonna know.
Yeah.
Because you've been around long enough.
Well, yeah, yeah. If you're grinding that hard.
Yeah. But when you get to that business point, you're at the point where it's just like you just pay other people to do that grind, and you collect royalties off of their work, and then you just do whatever the fuck you want. That was Ranch 101.
That's so funny. I love it.
Though I did stay pretty involved with the ranch and stuff like that. When I wasn't able to involve, I tried handing it down, but
Yeah.
That's
it's a time commitment.
It was, and it started from a time when I was laid off to a time where it's like, all right, I'm starting to work a lot of overtime.
Yeah.
And didn't quite have the like work life and home balance quite sorted out yet at that job. And then this one, like the job currently that I'm currently doing in like real life, not this, is pretty much back to like, whereas I say it's a lateral movement because I'm doing what I did when I was 19. I'm just more experienced at it.
Yeah.
Like, I spent the time from where I was there and eventually became a welder. But of just how the last job lined up, and like, I got this job, started working at it. 2 weeks later, they laid off the entire company that I had worked for into a skeleton crew.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I already kind of got a heads up I wasn't making it past that list. So
yeah.
That's where, all right, yeah, new job, everything going. Still probation period. So there's still a bit, I have this weird thing of like, if I'm in a probationary period, I just have anxiety.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because it's like, also coming from a job, the last job I worked where you did one thing wrong, regardless if it's your fault or you did it with the explicit instructions from management to do that. If something went wrong, that was your job. You may as well walk out the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that causes anxiety.
Probation period. Yeah, no, and it's caused a lot more in that sense there, but it's kind of, I'm finding a little bit of a balance at the new job. Though I really I want to get back to where I was welding in a booth, welding structure, just
Headphones
having a
in.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Though this job has no phones on the floor, so there will never be headphones in again.
Ah, that freaking sucks.
Yeah. But they do play music over the PA system.
Is it actually good?
It is literally a Spotify playlist of just different songs workers have recommended.
Oh, that is
They have capped at
amazing.
8 hours, so when a new song gets added in, what the oldest song gets knocked out.
Yeah. Oh, I
So
love
there
that.
is a few songs that if a song is recommended enough, it will get put in another time into the playlist. There's a handful of like songs that are like, oh, okay, this one played. This one's gonna be after it. No new song played. I'm like, it's not on shuffle.
Okay, I gotta say, before I was in the office, when I was picking, dude, I would kill for like a voting system on who gets to play music, cause it's the same
Well, it wasn't
dude.
who got to play music. It was everybody's music vomited into a bucket, slammed through the PA system.
See, no, that I pay for that too. I pay like a subscription service every week for that because it was one dude who, and he knows this, by the way. This is not like ratting on anyone. He knows people don't really vibe with his music, but technically, I can say this now. It is workplace appropriate music, especially for where I work. It's like jazz music,
Yeah.
and like the only time I ever called him out and it worked was one day it was raining awful and he was playing jazz and I'm like, dude, I'm falling asleep here. And then the rain stopped and then he like types on the computer and he starts playing jazz music with rain in the background. And I lost it. I put down my clipboard. I go, yo, let's call him Clark. I go, Clark, are you putting on rain noise now? He laughs, and I'm like, you gotta turn that off, man. I'm trying my hardest to stay awake here, but like white noise, rain, and just jazz music, I just want to fall asleep. That's all I want to do. So yeah, no, that as much as it sucks not having headphones on because I know you're a podcast guy. Yeah, at least you get like a little bit of democracy over here with the music.
Yeah. But it's kind of it's interesting. So actually, no, I got a work story I can sell. We're gonna call this guy Sparkles.
Okay, that's
right.
more inventive.
Not really. All right, so this kid, you know me. I'm the nerd of the nerds, the blue collar.
Yeah.
I'm unassuming with it. A lot of people at work seems like, oh, so where you get any dough tags this year with how I dress and stuff like
That's
that? Like
so
with
funny.
the flat and everything that's like that. Like it's like automatically assume, yeah, you're a redneck, you're a hunter, you know what's up.
Yeah.
I'm like, I do kind of know what's up. Don't have my hunt license though.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm from a family that hunts.
Yeah.
Actually, once I get the benefits in and stuff like that there and things financially straightened out, your boy is gonna start trying to get all that sorted. But
yeah, oh yeah, you were saying they like pay for activities.
Back to Sparkles.
Yes.
All right, I did not give him this name.
Okay.
But this is his nickname now.
Okay, I like it. Ominous. Yes.
But so he's just like, oh. Because he was bugging me, like we were like trading together first time, so he's chatting up a storm, and I'm like, this is like the first time that I'm like, oh, this is someone that's so social. It's draining my battery.
Oh no way! Oh, you met someone? Oh, okay. Well, I need to talk to where you work and have him just. He's with you 24/7 now, buddy. And then you know what? I'm gonna get a full night's sleep, and we're gonna game for hours.
I might have to quit. But
yeah, there you go.
He's an alright kid and all. It's just, did he breathe between the questions he was asking me?
Yeah.
I don't know.
God, that's so funny.
So he's just like, I'm like, oh, what do you like to watch? He's like, oh, this. He's like, oh, have you tried this anime? Because he's like, wait, you watch anime? And I'm like, yeah. It's like, and then he starts listing off all of the typical high school boys. He's like, oh, but I watched it for the story. And I'm like, yeah, yeah, the plot.
Yeah. Yeah, the two big stories right up front.
Yeah. And then he's talking about how his girlfriend gave him shit for watching the one and whatnot. And I was just like, yeah, no, I can see why. And then after that, he's just like, oh, have you seen this show? I'm like, yeah, but that's not really anime. It was the Has-Been Hotel.
Oh, yeah.
So then watch that. And he's like, okay. He's like, I'm gonna get you to prove to me that you've watched this. What's Alistair's backstory? And I'm like, he was a radio serial killer radio host that got shot in the woods burying a body with a hunter mistaking him for a deer. It's like, so you do know? And I'm like, yeah. He's getting all excited about this stuff where I'm just putting in screws to this wall. I'm in work mode while I'm answering this guy's question. Maybe that's the trick. If I'm in work mode,
Yeah. So those
take it
things
down
are
5 notches.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, that's something that.
And so we talk. A couple days go by, and whatnot, and then eventually the weekend happens. We come back Monday, and he's like, "Oh, did you miss me?" And I just kind of like, I don't know. I kind of glanced at him like, it's like I've known you for a week. He's keeping that energy going. It's like, I admire the spirit. Like,
yeah, you gotta give it to him.
Oh yeah, and then he's like, he's like, you missed my sparkle, you didn't, and I that made me lit up because he's one of those things like, it's like, yeah, you sparkle all right. I didn't say it like that. I'm like, huh, and he sees me laugh. He's like, what? And I'm like, I like your word choice.
Yeah.
And then he got sent to another department eventually, and then he's like, oh hey, how's it going? I'm like, what's up, Sparkles? He's just like, what? Oh, he realized that he had given himself, he got that name. He's like, all right. So it's just like, so yeah, no, he just vibes with it.
Yeah, that we only have one kid.
I don't say it in front of like his supervisors and stuff like that because I get how that could be embarrassing for someone, and I don't want crap with HR. But if he's just like passing by and people are busy or whatever, it's like, I'd be like, "What's up, Sparkles?" It's like, I know you an anime freak.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's not.
I'm on the anime tamed stuff. They're just like cartoons, practically.
Yeah, it's just really well animated cartoons.
Yeah, or like the Cyberpunk one and stuff like that. Like the ones that leave you emotionally tormented after.
Oh yeah,
the ones that I typically watch are like packed full of like action.
Yeah.
I think like the last one I watched was Kaiju number 8, which is you know what kaijus are, right?
Yeah. Isn't that Pacific?
It's what Godzilla's classified as. Pacific Rim uses it. It's pretty much Japan's term for like monsters.
Yeah, huge monsters.
Like whether they're not just huge. There's like they have scales. They actually have, I forget all the different things. They have like 9 levels of size. It's like Attack on Titan kind of shit.
Okay.
But essentially Kaiju number 8 is they have these ones that are rated, they gave numbers which are the most powerful kaijus. And so the 8th one comes along. This guy, this kaiju, it only works when they have a host.
Yeah.
And so this one guy that is literally on the cleanup crew for when they kill kaijus gets infected by the parasite. So he becomes like kind of like a borderline crossing between a kaiju and like himself. So he's like trying to learn how to control like the humanoid form versus the kaiju form.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. But then the guy also enlists to become a hunter for the kaijus. And so but he can't quite control everything else like that. So you have these big like monster battles, and meanwhile it also has the comedy of just like he turns around and like smiles at the guy, but it's the monster's teeth
Yeah.
head face, and his buddy's just like, what the fuck? Because he had a buddy that was cleaning with him that enlisted with him. He's the guy that he's the best friend that knows the secret.
Yeah.
They have that, so it's kind of like the Spider-Man versus the best friend
Oh, okay. Yeah.
kind of thing, and it's kind of like it's a cartoon like that kind of thing, and that's all right. But the once he was listing off, and I'm like, yeah, I watched those in high schools too, and I had the hormones going. I know exactly what ones he's
Yeah. I swear to God, it's just a really good story. I love that.
But yeah. I feel like I need now. After saying that, now I feel I need to clarify it as like the ones about the demons get in there.
Yeah, that's funny.
But
because it was kind of the same thing when I was watching Game of Thrones. Finally finished that, but it was kind of funny. Just
all of it.
Yeah, yeah. I go hard.
Were you disappointed?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awful. No.
Welcome to like. What was it, 2012?
Yeah, I know. It was funny.
When that shit went out.
Yeah, it was but it's kind of the same thing where like it's kind of weird throwing that on from front of the girlfriend because it's like, oh, boobs. Oh, okay, and more boobs. It's like, oh, and
it's no
boobs.
different than watching anything that had like Roman gladiators that was like filmed in like the last like 14 years.
Yeah.
Like there's the Spartacus show, which was really good.
Was
Then
it?
they
Yeah.
had I'd actually recommend it. They ended up having an actor change because the original actor that played Spartacus died of cancer.
Oh.
But they wanted to wrap up the series.
Yeah.
No, so the second season they brought in the new actor, and they actually did a time skip
Yeah.
because they didn't want to have to they didn't have it in the budget to redo the shooting of all that with the new actor, and some people weren't available anymore.
Yeah.
But
That's too bad.
essentially, that one, and then I think there's one on Amazon that I think you'd like, and it has actors from Game of Thrones. I think I recommended this to you before, For Those That Are About to Die.
You did recommend it, and I watched it.
Yeah. What do you think of Littlefinger? Or not? No, it's not Littlefinger. What? Oh, the one king guy that's the abusive piece of crap, being like the beggar guy. That's
yes.
Yeah.
That is the same dude.
Yeah.
That is. Okay, cool. I thought so.
Yeah.
He is. I like him so much more in that show.
Oh yeah.
For obviously good reasons, yeah.
Yeah. He played an evil ass villain.
I liked like it was one of those things I'm like, that is a very good villain though in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Very, very good. Your name is Reek now. It's like, whoa, okay, all right, that's a little much, dude. But yeah, no, I actually watched that full show as well. It was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will say, not enough of the goddamn Coliseum though. I get it, but like they show just for people who are listening, the show, what's the show name?
For Those That Are About to Die.
Yeah, the trailer is awesome. It's all about like this really cool fighting in this Coliseum that's just built, and it's like they're flooding it. There's alligators. There's like crazy stuff happening. There's this lion attacking. You're like, this is gonna be a crazy, awesome show. And then you go, it's like first season. It's like, yeah, we're about like a couple months away from finishing that Coliseum, and you're like, oh, okay. So what's this show? I will say it's good, but the trailers are very misleading. You finally do get
the trailer, so when I watched it, I was happy with what it was.
Oh yeah, I kept being like, wait, how long is this building schedule gonna be? And like, what's it? It ended up being good, but I still was like, holy cow, man! Like, let's go. I want to see the alligators.
You catch any of the new Tussle King?
No. I
haven't watched any of it yet. We'll have to recap on that, like the beginning of the season or something like that on the next one.
Yeah. I'm trying to go at Dexter again. This will be like my third time trying to watch it.
You know what? You know what I think will do it for you?
What?
Just skip the first series and pick up from the second series after the recap.
Well, that's
And
kind of
then
funny.
if you want a more in depth like what happened, go watch the original show then. That might be
Yeah,
enough of a hook for you.
yeah, Oh wait, yeah, you're saying series, not season. Yeah, because it
Yeah,
restarted.
where everything, I won't say what had happened, and now he's living up in like the snowy area.
No way.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah. No, I like. It's funny. I watched the first season. Took me 2 tries to watch the first season. Finally watched it all. Loved it. Tried to watch the second season. Just wasn't hitting it for some reason.
Hmm.
And then yeah, now we're into it.
Yeah. Oh, before, because we're getting a little closer to the wrap up here.
Yeah.
I've been binging the Crab It a Walker, the show that has
Yeah.
Sam from Supernatural in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like I'm already on to the third season because when I first started watching it, I was having a hard time getting hooked into it.
Yeah.
And eventually I started watching through, and it just became all right, I'll throw this on, and then like about 4 episodes in, I'm like, all right, there's a plot to this. I like this.
Yeah.
And then um I've also been told a lot of the faces he makes when he's agitated, I've been called out and saying I make those faces. So now I'm kind of curious to see what other faces he's going to make, because he does more than this usual like Supernatural Sam routine.
Okay.
Yeah, he's more expressive, but at the same time, if every now and then when he does it, it's kind of corny. But when he
Yeah.
does it and it's corny, it's a funny kind. You're like, oh, he's making the face.
Yeah.
And
They
then getting
were.
told I make those faces, I'm like, oh.
Yeah. Those actors are actually apparently really, really funny.
Oh yeah. Oh, the entire time, the guy that plays Dean something Ackleton or Jensen,
Yeah. Yeah.
whatever his name is, he got told on set multiple times while he was doing like the race, hey, stop being Dean.
That's so funny.
You're not Dean anymore.
I'll never forget there was the one after credits of an episode that in the episode of this is of Supernatural, Dean was in a car and he's like singing to this song that's on the radio. And I'm like, oh, that's weird. They usually don't do after credits, and like this is just the same thing we saw. Well, this is one where all of a sudden he kicks up his leg and he kicks up his other leg and like he starts doing like a little dance. You can only see the legs because he's laying down in this car seat. And then he pops up and he does like stripped down to a tank top, rolling on top of a car, air guitar sing along to like this old 80s rock thing. But he kills it. I hopefully am giving viewers enough to Google, but he absolutely kills it. And like by the end, everyone is like, this is obviously not going in the show. So you see boom mics getting let down, like people are taking breaks. You see people just wandering on set. That's like, this was supposed to be your take. And he just went way over top and had a great time. But there's points in that show
Well, he
where you
used to be
didn't
a
realize.
stripper. You know that, eh?
No.
Yeah. He was a
Okay,
male
well,
stripper before he got into showbiz.
that's actually not like totally shocking, but it's just funny. That's like, yeah, that makes sense then, because his moves were like,
Yeah.
yeah, few articles
Yeah,
of
I'll let
clothing
you
off.
ramble on, and I'll send you something.
All right, yeah, he was a few articles of clothing away from like, yeah, I could see him being a stripper, but that's freaking funny as hell. The only thing, because yeah, we are getting kind of close. I will say, my partner and I, we went and watched Beetlejuice. I will not spoil anything from my boy Derek here. I will say that Beetlejuice number 2 is not as good as the first one, unfortunately. It's pretty good at trying to capture like that like 90s style funny. It is crazy to see the actors back. I will say that. The only thing I can say without spoiling is way too many plot points. Way too many stories going on. If they had just honestly cut two of them and focus on like two, would have been more than happy. Flush them out a bit, because like I don't know if you noticed, but like that's happening a lot where they'll have movies and like the well howdy there'll be so many plot points happening, but then there's like only 2 hours to a movie and they'll have to cut them.
Yeah. So you're saying
Yes.
it should have been a series rather than a movie?
Yes. Okay. So yeah, if you want to keep the plot points you have, make it a series. If you want to keep it a movie, cut 2 plot points. You're fine.
All right.
Yeah. Because like I was saying, I think movies keep doing that where it's like they keep adding too much in, and it's like,
Well, after the Avengers and stuff like that, how they start getting, and everyone started getting away with like 3-hour movies.
yeah.
Everyone's just writing everything in.
Oh my god, yeah. It's like, no, like cut some stuff out. It's okay.
So I'm not gonna lie though, I'm looking forward to when we get the extended edition of the Deadpool Wolverine movie. That's one that
Still
like, I
haven't
wanted
seen
more.
it. I need to see that, man.
October 1st, it comes out on Disney Plus.
Awesome. Good. Because yeah, that's I
If
care
you don't
about
have Disney Plus, I do. You can come over. I'll make.
it. Yeah, no, that. God, yeah, I need to see it. I just one of those things that like, just the stars haven't aligned yet. I'm not paying for it, obviously. So yeah.
Yeah, well, you paid for Beetlejuice.
Oh yeah, that was a partner thing. Speaking of which, going
Yeah.
to 2 musicals this year.
Oh,
'Cause
which ones?
I love her.
Musicals aren't
me.
that bad.
They're not my cup of tea. But I will say the one that we are going.
I mean, I'll go instead if you want.
No, okay, the one is Evil Dead the musical.
Okay.
That is sick. I'll give you that. That's pretty fucking cool. Blood splatter and stuff.
Where's that happening at?
Toronto.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like October.
I didn't realize Toronto was the musical scene.
Well, yeah, and also in November, on her birthday, we're going to see Moulin Rouge the musical. So yeah,
Moulin Rouge. Why does that sound familiar?
super popular movie, in our household, anyways.
It's like an 80s movie?
I couldn't tell you. It's about like this brothel or burlesque show in Paris, France. Yeah.
All right. I don't know why you tell me that, and I went somewhere else. I went Texas and Patrick Swayze in a dress.
Buddy,
Too
well,
Wong Fu. Yeah, I know. Too much cowboy.
Yeah, oh my goodness, buddy. Not everything's a Western, dude.
But it could be.
Okay, stop looking at the Dean picture, dude. We need to stop. I know it's my phone wallpaper already, okay? I get it. I understand where you're at. Oh, God, yeah.
All right. Go ahead and take us out.
Yeah, and I think with that... Oh, Derek, stop looking. Oh, God, buddy. Yeah, you bite that lip. I'm biting it. All right, okay, so thank you so much for listening to On the Rewind. We'll be back, not next Thursday, but the Thursday after that on Amherst Island Radio, 101.3 FM. We're on Spotify. Anywhere you listen to podcasts, you can listen to us there. Yeah, thank you so much for listening. I'm Adam.
I'm Derek.
And we just rewound.
The thing is, I look at your lips, I try to follow it, but there's the delay.
Yeah, we need hand signals. We need lighting set up. We'll do something.
We just need to snap and then close our eyes and just try it or something.
You know what?
Sometime.
Messenger pigeon.
Night. Or good morning.
Thanks for listening to On the Rewind.